Hi, in this video let's discuss about hemostasis and coagulation. So before going into the details, let's discuss first what is Virchow's triad. So let me just write down here Virchow's triad, named after a German physician Virchow. So according to Virchow's triad, there are three important factors which are deemed to be essential for thrombosis or thrombus or blood clot formation, and the three factors are endothelial cell injury, that is the endothelial lining of the blood vessel, right? Endothelial injury. The second factor is stasis. The third factor being hypercoagulability. Hypercoagulability, right? So these three factors are deemed to be essential for thrombus formation, right? Now let's discuss various steps involved in hemostasis. So basically, hemostasis is nothing but stopping the flow of blood, and the opposite of hemostasis is hemorrhage, right? So coming to the steps involved in hemostasis, the first step is vasoconstriction, right? So initially there is vasoconstriction. So it's an attempt by our body to prevent leakage of blood from the vessel, right? So following which there will be platelet aggregation, or there can be formation of a plug, platelet plug, and the third and final stage there will be coagulation, right? So in coagulation, again, it can happen either through intrinsic pathway or extrinsic pathway. We'll discuss all the pathways involved in coagulation in the next subsequent video, but in this video let's try to focus on various clotting factors, right? So before going into the details of the coagulation in the next video, so in this video let's try to understand the basis of coagulation and what are all the factors which are being involved in coagulation. So we have, as you all know, we have around 13 factors present within the blood, and these factors, these are basically proteins, and we have a mnemonic in order to remember these factors easily, and the mnemonic is: freshers party tonight, come let's sing and call seniors, please have fun. So let me just write down here: freshers party tonight, come let's sing and call seniors, please have fun, right? So each word represents a clotting factor, that is the starting letter of each word represents one clotting factor, and let me just write down the clotting factors here. Factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factor is omitted, right? Previously, sixth factor is a factor 5a is considered as a sixth factor, but now it's omitted. So we have 7, 8, 9 and 10, followed by 11, 12 and 13, right? So we have totally 13 factors, and the first factor, as you can see, F stands for fibrinogen, and factor 2 starts with P, that is prothrombin, right? And factor 3, it's thromboplastin, tissue factor or thromboplastin, so which is present within the tissue but not in the blood. Whereas factor 4, C, stands for calcium. Factor 5, L, that is labile factor, also called as proaccelerin, and factor 6 is omitted, right? So factor 7, S, stable factor or proconvertin, and factor 8, A, anti-hemophilic factor A, and factor 9 starts with C, that is Christmas factor or anti-hemophilic factor B, and we have factor 10 starting with S, that is Stuart Prover factor, right? and we have factor 11 plasma thromboplastin. Okay, and we have factor 12 Hagman factor, Hagman, Hagman factor, and factor 13 F, fibrin stabilizing factor. Right? So this is the mnemonic in order to remember all these clotting factors, and each word, the starting letter of each word represents one clotting factor. And remember, factor 6 is omitted now. Previously 5A, factor 5 activated fifth factor is considered as a sixth factor, but now it's omitted, right? So to summarize all that we have discussed so far, Virchow's triad, it's basically a combination of three important factors: endothelial injury, stasis, and hypercoagulability. So in hemostasis, we have three important steps, that is vasoconstriction, platelet aggregate formation or plug formation, followed by coagulation. So we'll discuss coagulation in the next video, the intrinsic as well as the extrinsic pathway. And before that, we mentioned a mnemonic in order to remember various clotting factors. Freshers party tonight, come let's sing and call seniors, please have fun, right? So the starting letter of each word represents one clotting factor, as you have seen in this, right? So hope it's clear, right? Thank you.